Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. So today we're looking at verses 5 and 6 in Psalm 114. This psalm is all about the presence of God with His people. So we started with verses 1 and 2 with Exodus and the election. God was with the people He had chosen, Judah and Israel. Israel went out of Egypt. And remember, I asked you that question, are you in the midst of a people of a strange language? Oh, if you're a Christian, you live in a wilderness. And sometimes it just takes a little coming out, we need to leave those people. I mean, you can't get rid of all of them, but friends, there's just some things that you just need to quit and get away from. And so the Lord leads the people out of Egypt, and then creation comes in. The sea, the Jordan, the mountains, the little hills, they all see what's going on because God's with His people. He's bringing them out. And then today we come to the question that creation asks, or that's being asked of creation, verse 5 and 6. What ailed thee, O thou sea, that thou fleddest? Thou Jordan, that thou was driven back? Ye mountains that you skipped like rams, ye little hills like lambs. So this is a question for creation. What was it that ailed them? Well, what was it that they saw? They saw that God was with His people. Judah was a sanctuary, Israel His dominion. Yeah, so that's what they see. They see Israel coming out of Egypt, God doing that work, that God is with His people, and the sea saw it and fled. Because here He comes. Here He comes like an army with banners. I read that from Song of Songs yesterday. Like an army with banners. Beautiful, gorgeous. This people is beautified by the very presence of God. And the sea and the Jordan and the mountains and the little hills, they flee. Why? What ailed thee? That's the question. What is it that ailed thee? Why did you flee? What was the weakness? Well, it was because the Creator was amongst His people. The question sets up a testimony for us in the remainder of the psalm. It's 7 and 8, because we're going to find out why this is happening. Why is it that creation itself is bending and yielding to the very presence of God amongst His people? They're there, they see it, they respond to it. How should you respond to the presence of God? Do you yield yourself to it? Do you yield yourself? You see, that's the contrast is crazy. It's created here in this psalm because creation sees what God has done and they yield to the very presence of the Creator. If you go back and you look at Psalm 78 in verses 19 and 20, yet they spake against God, saying, Can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Behold, He smote the rock, that waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed. Can He give bread also? Can He provide flesh for His people? Do you see? The people saw what God had done. The rock gushed out water and provided for them in their thirst, and yet they had the nerve, the audacity to say, can He furnish a table in the wilderness? Can He provide bread for His people? I mean, sure, He can make the water come out, but can He do the rest? You see, that was the question that they asked. Only the heart of man is so corrupt that it can look at the miracles of God and still say, well, sure, He did that, but can He do this? Not creation. Creation sees God with His people, and they yield. All of creation yields to Him, bows its head before Him, and adores Him, and announces that He alone is God. How wonderful this is. So this question, what ails thee, is going to set up for us a testimony that we're going to read tomorrow and on Friday in verses 7 and 8. So I hope you'll join me here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.